So I unmuted and it did it automatically. Oh, good, we're okay. Okay, let's just check something. There we go. Okay, we're ready. So welcome to everyone for this Cosmic Quiet. Just checking here so you can see who's here in person. Yay. And our youngest member today is aged 8, 9. That's Sophia, age 9, yeah. And actually our very youngest member is 6 months under the table. And our second youngest member is age 9. And we won't say who our oldest member is. Because maybe they're on Zoom soon. So to begin with for our Cosmic Choir today, someone says, Julie says she has her 4-week-old baby with her. Oh. So we've got another very young member. That's you win, youngest member. Amazing. So we're going to sound just to bring us all together, in this space, because we finally arrived, everything's ready. We'll sound the Gāyatrī Mantra 3 times. And you can take your time with it. Make sure you're nice and comfy wherever you are. Just whether you're on the floor or on the chair, it's very important to make sure you feel comfortable and you can be aware of your sit bones so that you can be aware of the back, the full length of the spine, going from base to crown of head. And once we're settled, we'll take the 3-stage breath. Well, it's actually 6 stages, but we do 3 stages in the mouth, 3 stages in the nose. Lift the arms up, and as we bring them down, we sound Aum. So we'll call it 6-stage breath. So we start right at the base. Right at the base, you can feel the first breath comes, then the second, then the third, then the fourth, then the fifth, then the sixth. And as we bring the arms down, we'll do this one more time, and this time afterwards we'll keep the eyes closed and fall quiet for a moment before sounding the Gāyatrī Mantra. So we'll close eyes and do the 6-stage breath together. Om bhūr bhuvaḥ svaḥ tatsaviturvareṇyaṃ bhargo devasya dhīmahi dhiyo yo nah pracodayāt. Om bhūr bhuvaḥ svaḥ tatsaviturvareṇyaṃ bhargo devasya dhīmahi dhiyo yo nah pracodayāt. Om bhūr bhuvaḥ svaḥ tatsaviturvareṇyaṃ bhargo devasya dhīmahi dhiyo yo nah pracodayāt. Tatsaviturvareṇyaṃ bhargo devasya dhīmahi dhiyo yo nah pracodayāt. Savitre namaha tam suryam pranamyaham bhaskaraya namaha adityaya namaha mitraya namaha khagaya namaha suryaya namaha. And bringing the palms together at the chest, we offer up all that is to come during this time, singing and sounding together. And for the period of this sounding practice, we will be present with one pointed attention with the sounds. We will bring the mind where the body is, and we will bring the mind where the sound is. So we firmly bring the mind into this experience, present with us. And we sound together, Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. And bowing the head towards the tips of the fingers, softly blinking open the eyes. As we inhale, we raise palms up. And as we release the palms, we sound Atha. So let's just check our sounding, how it feels this morning. So we'll sound together. There you go. sa. This is audio practice only, not on sheets or anything, just audio, just warm up. And tune your ear to the very slight difference between these two notes. So we're not going sa, re, completely different raga. We're going sa, the perfect raga to sound in the mornings to help the system, the digestive system. So we have sa, re, ga. Big jump. Do you feel how huge it is? When you get used to that small one, sa, re, listen to the difference between sa, re, ga and sa, re, ga. If you're a composer, you create a totally different mood. So you can choose sa, re, ga. Then where should we journey next? Do we want to go sa, re, ga, pa, ga? Or do we want to go sa, re, ga, pa? See how different? Listen to how different. We could go sa, re, ga, ma, pa, da, ni, sa. Or we could go sa, re, ga, pa, da, sa. Are you feeling the difference? Or we could go sa, re, ga, ma, pa, da, ni, sa. How different? This is just 3 of thousands. So imagine the different moods we can create, the different atmospheres we can bring into the room. We can sound the ragas at birth, at death, during different occasions throughout the life. And they have the power to heal all through this ancient system of sound. So let's sound this raga this morning to warm up. Sa, re, ga, ma, pa, da, ni, sa. Sa, re, ga, ma, ga, ni, sa. And if you want to practice strengthening the voice, we won't do it in choir practice, but if you want to practice strengthening the voice, spend 20 minutes every day doing nothing but sa. If 20 minutes is too long, spend 10 minutes. If 10 minutes is too long, spend 5 minutes. If 5 minutes is too long, spend 1 minute doing nothing but sa. Until you feel your voice holds sa in a pure, if you like, clear, direct way, then until that point, don't do anything else. Even if it takes 3 years, even if it takes 10 years, even if it takes your whole lifetime just to sound sa, you have a perfect Zen meditation. It doesn't have to be complicated, but once the sa feels confident, you can spend time going, and you can hear this voice is wobbly today because I got up too late to do morning singing practice. If you miss the window, the voice is harder to get back in the day because the muscles have already started working, the voice box has already started opening, and it's already started going into its habitual patterns we use for speech, which are normally patterns of tension. Nothing bad about it, but in communication, there's more tension than in singing. So if you want to get those low notes, my teacher would say you have to get up at least at 5 a.m. and just spend 10 minutes plus on. If you miss that window, don't worry if it's wobbly later in the day. It's just because of that. And we'll return to Let's recap very briefly. So we're going to add to what we learned in rehearsal 1. So we'll recap very, very, very briefly. We first did this week. Anyone who can go low, we add If you feel you can go low, we add it. Keep going, whoever could go low. Pillu, it sounded beautiful. Everyone else stay on. And who are the high people? Sorry about that on Zoom if you couldn't hear voice so well. But we went over the vowels of the alphabet as well, which were a, I, U, R, And then we added the vowels to In the concert, so to speak, which is really a gathering, we will do this for however long, in whichever order. We have to allow for the call of the day, which is just after a solar eclipse, so it's not going to be the easiest of days. So whoever does come to the concert gathering, the best thing to do during a solar eclipse is to sound mantra. So it's not ideal to have an event, but it is ideal to sound mantra. So to have lots of people coming together sounding mantra will be very powerful during that time, because the solar eclipse shines light on all our defects. So just be prepared, because it goes shadowy, so to speak. So because it's eclipse, the sun, all our positive things are mostly eclipsed. So we've got to face all of each other's foibles. So those of you who are coming to the gathering, practice of patience with each other on those days. But just whilst we're on that topic, anyone coming to the gathering in person, you're obviously welcome, but that gathering on May the 1st is insignificant. And I mean that to the point that the Cosmic Choir is not about concerts. It's just about gathering together like we're doing now to sound. But having something to share with the public does help give a motivation and bring us together, but that it really is immaterial whether that happens or not. So just so you know, it doesn't matter if you don't feel you're missing out on anything if you can't make that gathering. Obviously it will be a special occasion to come together and sound mantras in person, but the only thing, you'd only miss out on something if you don't sound these mantras with yourself. That's the main thing and the most important thing. Everything else really doesn't matter. So whether you're on Zoom or in person, whether you come to the gathering or you don't, just learn to live more with these sounds. So let's now add, last time we learnt the chant. Do you remember everyone learnt the bit of the Vedic chant that went Om No Devī Saraswatī Vājebhirvājinīvatī dhīmahi No Devī Saraswatī Vājebhirvājinīvatī dhīmahi. Then those who stayed on last time for the Vedic portion that we started at 12 p.m. UK time, those who stayed on for that, we sounded pūrṇaṃ No Devī Saraswatī Saraswatī Vājebhirvājinīvatī Vājinīvatī. Just whilst we're on this, a slight adjustment for those who are doing the full hall Vedic chanting. We're going to go Vājinīvatī, Vājinīvatī, dhīmahi avityavatu avatvityavatu. Now, at the end of today's session, we will learn the rest of the Vedic chant. But in the meantime, we're going to sound the song that comes at the end of the Vedic chant. And that song is taking the lyrics from the chant, No No Devī Saraswatī, No No Devī Saraswatī. It's like Devī Saraswatī, understood, come to us, live within us. And then we sang the lyrics, Vājebhirvājinīvatī. Vājebhirvājinīvatī. So just confirm, the lyrics for this song are no.
No. No, no.
Yes. Yeah, you got the first bit. No, no. What's the next bit? Then. Yes, then. Vājebhir, then. Yes, I know. Yeah. So now whole song once more, lyrics only. No, no.
Devī Saraswatī.
Vājebhir. And the next one, Vājinīvatī. So we're saying, no, no, Devī Saraswatī. Saraswatī, come and live within us. Vājebhirvājinīvatī, full of splendor and plenitude and ever-flowing creative manifestations. So we'll start the song, but only once the people in person have sounded the lyrics with super confidence. So what are they again? Devī Saraswatī, Vājebhirvājinīvatī. Remember, Sanskrit is a syllabic language, and in the tantrika practices, every single syllable is of vital significance. We don't think of syllables often in the English language, because if we did, even the word significance, we would understand more what it means. Significance. Sign, the sign. So something which is significant is giving you a sign. So when we begin to think in syllables, there is much more wholesomeness, wholesomeness to your understanding of the essence of the definitions of every word we use. Once we begin to tune into the power of syllables, we will begin to be much more careful of the words that come out of this mouth in whatever language we are speaking. And sounds that cause pain will cause us so much pain to sound that it becomes impossible to be a vehicle for those sounds anymore. And if you think of the world, when there are less and less harsh sounds which are not present in Sanskrit, but they are present in English. I don't know about other languages, I don't speak them, but I'm assuming there are many, I won't say evil words as such, but because Sanskrit obviously has words that are describing things that are, if you like, on the negative side. But to put it bluntly, there are no swear words in Sanskrit. There's no curse words. There's nothing. The language doesn't have that because there is no need. So we become more careful about the words. And if everyone collectively in the whole world is aware of this, there is then no sounds creating a certain agitation and atmosphere, put in certain orders going into the world. And then the whole world changes through sound. So when we sound this song, the words of this song, it's syllabic. No, no, Devī Saraswatī. No, no, Devī Saraswatī. And if you can read Devanagari script, let the syllables play in your mind visually, how they look in Devanagari script. No, no, Devī Saraswatī. And even if you don't read Devanagari script, visualize the script in English. It's one way to help bring all the attention to the sounds. If that doesn't work for you, you can just be connected to the heart as you sound, or the throat. Choose a method that works for you, but sound these sounds with confidence. So we must make sure we know them. No, no, Devī Saraswatī. Vājebhirvājinīvatī. Yes. No No Devī Saraswatī. So first we'll do call and response until we know the 2 lines of the song. No No Devī Saraswatī. No No Devī Saraswatī. So it goes No No Devī Saraswatī. Remember last time we spoke of the space being just as important as the beat. So you have No No Devī Saraswatī. No No Devī Saraswatī. No No Devī Saraswatī. And in the last phrase, there's a few quavers. No No Devī, No No Devī Saraswatī. So the last word, Saraswati, goes the bum bum bum. Saraswatī. So the second bit, No No Devī Saraswatī. No No Devī Saraswatī. No No Devī Saraswatī. No No Devī Saraswatī. Let's make sure we learn these 2 lines, because then those of you who came to the first Cosmic Choir batch understand what's going to happen next, don't you, Pilu? So first let's learn this. So we go, No No Devī Saraswatī. 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 So something went awry in that second line, so we've got to just check. So the first part of the second line is No No Devī Saraswatī. No No Devī Saraswatī. And the second bit is No No Devī Saraswatī. No No Devī Saraswatī. So let's just get that phrase once more. All in its total is, listen first, No No Devī Saraswatī. No No Devī Saraswatī. No No Devī Saraswatī. No No Devī Saraswatī. Yes. Once more. No No Devī Saraswatī. No line. No No Devī Saraswatī, No No Devī Saraswatī, No No Devī Saraswatī, No No Devī Saraswatī. Listen, first line once more. No No Devī Saraswatī, No No Devī Saraswatī, No No Devī Saraswatī, No No Devī Saraswatī. Second line. No No Devī Saraswatī, No No Devī Saraswatī. Second line again. No No Devī Saraswatī, No No Devī Saraswatī. First line again. No No Devī Saraswatī, No No Devī Saraswatī. Again. No No Devī Saraswatī, No No Devī. Once more. First line. No No Devī Saraswatī, No No Devī Saraswatī. Again. No No Devī Saraswatī, No No Devī Saraswatī. Second line. No No Devī Saraswatī, No No Devī Saraswatī. Again. No No Devī Saraswatī, No No Devī Saraswatí. Once more. No No Devī Saraswatī, No No Devī Saraswatī. Beautiful. Now do exactly the same. Shri Sundari Saraswati, Shri Sundari Manaswini. Absolutely beautiful. Do exactly the same now with the different words. You show me. Try, because then it forces you to try. Just try. It won't be too painful for too long. What are the new words? I was just speaking for fun. Do you remember the words we did before? Vājebhirvājinīvatī, Vājebhirvājinīvatī. You show me. Put those words to the tune. Yes, figure it out. Figure it out. Keep going. Keep trying. Those of you on Zoom, figure it out. I bet you can go quicker than these people. Just try. So you've got your words. Vājebhirvājinīvatī. And you've got your melody. I'll keep singing the melody. Yes, keep going. Every human being is a songwriter. Yes. You've got it. Vājebhirvājinīvatī, 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 Vājebhirvājinīvatī. to the second tune. Beautiful. Vājebhirvājinīvatī, Vājebhirvājinīvatī. First line. Vājebhirvājinīvatī. Of the new words, yes. Second line. Vājebhirvājinīvatī, Vājebhirvājinīvatī. Tune to ah. Wonderful. So once that is fully established, then just to show you what we will do next time, Hiluji, please can you just check if Tara might need a wee? Okay. So if next time, what we will be doing, which is only possible if you know that completely by heart, next time what we will do is, Sushila, can I use you as a test example? So Sushila, could you sing a few times the first lyrics? No No Devī Saraswatī, No No Devī Saraswatī. Keep going. No, no. You stay on yours. Carolina, join her. So you two and Chen. Keep going. No, no, Devī. Keep going. No, no, Devī Saraswatī. No, no, Devī Saraswatī. You're staying on first phrase. Devī Saraswatī. No, no, 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 Devī Saraswatī. That's it, you got it. So next time we will do it in a round. Do you see? So we have to be able to stay with our part. See what I mean? So that will be next time. And also the gentlemen will take a low part where you will go, maybe he's okay after all, Billy, do you think? This is what the gentlemen will be doing. And then they will go, No, no, Devī Saraswatī. So it's too low for me, but the gentlemen, some baritone gentlemen might be able to get this. Brendan, can you get that note? I can't get it. Go one octave higher in your register. Yes, yes, yes. That's the note. But stay on that pitch, yeah. That's perfect. Then you go. Saraswatī. Yes, and stay in your higher octave. Stay up. So you go. No No Devī Saraswatī. So we're just laying the groundwork. So for the practicing between now and the next rehearsal, generally most of us will just need to practice the tune so that we remember. No No Devī Saraswatī, No No Devī Saraswatī, No No Devī Saraswatī, No No Devī Saraswatī, Vājebhirvājinīvatī, 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 Vājebhirvājinīvatī. If we practice that between now and next time, most of us will be doing that, but some gentlemen will be going. Okay, so that's a recap of the tune we just learned. We'll put the time codes in the video on YouTube, and then once you have the time codes, you can just listen back. Yes, you should.
Around, are you talking about keeping to one phrase only, then another group do another phrase, or do you mean starting one phrase at a time, then another group?
So when we talk about around, we do mean you will sing the whole tune. So for instance, and then someone else joins in. So I will start. No No Devī Saraswatī, No No Devī Saraswatī. Then you come in. No No Devī Saraswatī, No No Devī. So it will overlap. And then the same with the next phrase. Once we've learnt by heart, we won't attempt it this week until it's really known. Yes, Sarah.
Just reminded that last week the Zoom people asked for a little break, a 5-minute break.
Oh yeah. So we'll take just a 3 to 5 minute break if you need. And just have a quick loo break or a cup of tea or anything. And Jasmine, safe flight to Mauritius. We'll see you after you come back, hopefully nice and refreshed. So if you need, just take a quick 3-minute break. 3 minutes really. It's just to get to a loo and a cup of tea. And then we'll go on to our next song. So we just finished that Saraswatī song. And then we will go on to the Wellbeing song, which is at the top of page 2 of your handouts. Sarveṣāṃ. That's going to be our next song. Chen, is Zara out there? Can you see her? Or maybe you can do it, Chen. See if you can find the next sheet on that thing. Sarveṣāṃ svastir bhavatu. Yeah. And then stick it on here if you see any blue tack there. Yes, that's the one. We'll do the Wellbeing song next. Sarveṣāṃ svastir bhavatu. Yes, yeah. A minor, E minor, G. Yeah, A minor once, E minor once, G once, back to A minor. Yeah.
It's not an art sheet, no.
You mean the actual, so what's your name again? Divya. Oh yeah, so what I was doing is you had to get the words from the Vedic chant. Do you see what I mean? Yeah, it's not, no, you have to find, so when you see in your Vedic chant, it's got all the words in slightly different layouts, but all of them are there. So as long as you just remember, No No Devī Saraswatī. It's not written in that order on your sheet though. It's just for you, you've got to learn by heart. Try this. This one must be completely by heart so that you can just sing it freely. Because it's like after you've done the Vedic chant, Om No Devī Saraswatī Vājebhirvājinīvatī dhīmahi. And after the whole choir who are doing the Vedic portion have done Pranaha No Devī Saraswatī Vājebhirvājinīvatī Vājinīvatī dhīnamatri pranaha No Devī No No Devī Saraswatī Devī Saraswatī Vājebhirvājinīvatī Saraswatī Vājebhirvājinīvatī dhīnamatri. That's the hardest line to get the tongues around. No No Devī Saraswatī. So then the song will start. So you'll feel the impact then, because after we've sounded the Vedic chant all in a group, there'll be that moment of silence, and we'll keep that moment of silence. Then when people feel they might want to go back to daily life again, we pull them back with the beauty of No No Devī, etc. So that's how it will be when we come to sharing it. That last bit of the chant we'll learn together at the end of today's session, in case anyone who doesn't want to take part in the Vedic portion can either just sit and relax or leave the Zoom. So our next portion today is the Wellbeing song, and you can see it on page 2 of your handout. So first we check the pronunciations. So we've got sarveṣāṃ. Sarveṣāṃ. It's important to get the cerebral sh. So it's not sh, it's tongue back and up. Sh. Sh. Yes. Why is it sh? Because there's an A before it. Because if we went sarve, you see when you sound the A, sarve, the mouth changes and a space opens up towards the brain. Sarve. So we carry on with that space. We go sarveṣāṃ. If we don't carry on, we change the pronunciation, which is changing the vibrations. Sarveṣāṃ. Sarveṣāṃ. And the other word that repeats in this chant is bhavatu. Bhavatu. Sarveṣāṃ and bhavatu. Sarveṣāṃ bhavatu. So just seeing what, there's a wandering minstrel here. Okay, sarveṣāṃ bhavatu. So can you say those words without looking? Then there's only 4 other words you need to learn. So you've learned 2 already. There's 4 more. So there's 6 words in total. So the first word we need to learn, swasti. Second word we need to learn, śāntir. Third word, pūrṇaṃ. Being careful to do the cerebral n, not pūrṇ, it's pūrṇaṃ. Pūrṇaṃ. And the last word we need to learn is maṅgalaṃ. So now tell me all 6 words of this chant. First one, sarveṣāṃ. Second one, bhavatu. Third one, svastir. Fourth one, śāntir. Fifth one, pūrṇaṃ. 6th one, maṅgalaṃ. Yes, Zara.
I was just asking which one was it on the sheet?
It's first one on your 2nd page. It's entitled Sarveṣāṃ Wellbeing Songs. So let's just go through all 6 words again. First one, sarveṣāṃ. Second one, third one, fourth one, 5th one, 6th one. Yes, just check the meanings. Sarveṣāṃ, for all. Bhavatu, may there be. So may there be for all. And the Zoomers, Zara, do the Zoomers have the lyrics in the chat? Just to make sure, so that if they can't find it anywhere. But so you've got sarveṣāṃ for all, bhavatu, may there be. Then let's check the other 4 words. They are swasti, which is well-being, many meanings, but we just go for the simple one for now. Next word, which is peace. Next word, fullness, ever supply, ever full. And last one, maṅgalaṃ, ever blessings, auspiciousness. So we've got this, may there be these for all. So what are we wishing for all? Just checking, Gloria. Give me one word, just any of the 4 that you remember. It doesn't have to be in order. Swasti, yes. Sushila, any word. Maṅgalaṃ. What are we wishing? Give me any word. Pūrṇaṃ, yes. And Chen, any word. Śāntir, Brendan, any word. Yes. Swasti, any word. What are we wishing for all? Yes, because he's only 4. So but you can start your own prayer when you're ready. I'm joking. You can start your own prayer anytime. And Zara, are you ready? Can I ask them to unmute from here?
Sure.
Okay, Ian Connell from Australia. Just tell me all 4 things that we're wishing for the universal mankind and all beings.
Well, I've got a version of it. May all creatures have well-being, none suffer misery of any sort.
Yes.
But that's a version of it.
Yes, that's another version. But Ian, tell me the 4 from this prayer. Tell me the 4 Sanskrit words.
Oh, the 4 Sanskrit words?
Yeah.
Sarveṣāṃ, bhāva.
That's part of the 6. Only the 4 things that we wish for people. Do you see what I mean?
Yep. So, pūrṇaṃ, maṅgalaṃ, śāntir, and svastir.
Yes. Say it once more, Ian.
Svastir, pūrṇaṃ, maṅgalaṃ, śāntir.
Beautiful. And now, Ian, stay on the line. Say them in the order of the prayer this time.
Svastir,
Yes.
pūrṇaṃ,
Yes.
maṅgalaṃ,
Yes.
śāntir.
No, did it in the wrong order. Say it once more.
So maybe I need a reminder on what the order is, because I'm just looking at the sheet.
Oh, hopefully your sheet's in the right order. Ian, can you put the sheet right to the screen so I can check it's in the right order? Can you put it up to the camera? Hold on. swasti, śāntir. Yes, that's in the right order. Keep going, Ian. Say them once more. Just the 4.
So swasti,
Yes,
pūrṇaṃ,
yes.
maṅgalaṃ, śāntir.
Say them once more, all the 4. keep going.
So is it swasti first? Is that
Yes,
the right one?
swasti first, yeah.
Swasti, pūrṇaṃ,
Second one, say your second one again.
pūrṇaṃ.
That's the third one.
Okay, swasti, bhavatu.
That's one of the other words.
Oh gosh. Okay, so swasti is number 1. I'll put a number 1.
It's number 1, yeah.
Yeah. And
What,
pūrṇaṃ
two?
3. Yikes.
Pūrṇaṃ's number 3. So what's you've got to find your number 2.
My number 2.
keep looking.
So
Yes.
so Shanti, what's that?
yes,
Is that
that's
number
number 2.
2? Yeah, okay. Clearly I've got them in the wrong order here. And maṅgalaṃ must be number 4. Okay.
Yes. Say all 4 once more.
Swasti,
Yeah.
Shanti,
Yes.
pūrṇaṃ,
Yes.
maṅgalaṃ.
Beautiful. Thank you, Ian, so much.
Thank you.
Ian, can you pop yourself on mute again? Just in case you say them in the wrong order whilst we're chanting. Okay, so now let's just check the chant. So we've got, everyone here just say the 4 words once more. We've got swasti, śāntir, pūrṇaṃ, maṅgalaṃ. That's it. So now we'll check our chant. So we've got, there's going to be a few different melodies for it. So we've got sarveṣāṃ svastir bhavatu, sarveṣāṃ svastir bhavatu. Who in the audience, who in the presence today noticed the difference in pronunciation to when we just sounded the word swasti? Listen again. Sarveṣāṃ svastir bhavatu. What's the difference? There's an R come in. So because we're joining swasti to bhavatu, we add a So we've got sarveṣāṃ svastir bhavatu. That was exaggerated, but just so you sound it once more. Sarveṣāṃ svastir bhavatu. Okay, so the next one will be sarveṣāṃ śāntir bhavatu. What was the difference between shanti and the shanti within the prayer? Śāntir, yes. Sarveṣāṃ śāntir bhavatu. Next one. Sarveṣāṃ pūrṇaṃ bhavatu. Sarveṣāṃ pūrṇaṃ bhavatu. And the last one. Sarveṣāṃ maṅgalaṃ bhavatu. Sarveṣāṃ maṅgalaṃ bhavatu. So try all of them. Sarveṣāṃ svastir bhavatu. Sarveṣāṃ śāntir bhavatu. Sarveṣāṃ pūrṇaṃ bhavatu. Sarveṣāṃ maṅgalaṃ bhavatu. So it's to a rhythm. Sarveṣāṃ have to remember is that pause between each one to keep with the rhythm. Bum, bum, bum. Sarveṣāṃ svastir bhavatu. Rest. Sarveṣāṃ śāntir bhavatu. Sarveṣāṃ pūrṇaṃ bhavatu. Sarveṣāṃ maṅgalaṃ bhavatu. Once more.
Sarveṣāṃ svastir bhavatu. Sarveṣāṃ śāntir bhavatu. Sarveṣāṃ pūrṇaṃ bhavatu. Sarveṣāṃ maṅgalaṃ bhavatu.
Once more, elongating the vowels.
Sarveṣāṃ svastir bhavatu.
Here's a vowel coming up.
Sarveṣāṃ śāntir bhavatu.
Another vowel coming up.
Sarveṣāṃ pūrṇaṃ bhavatu. Sarveṣāṃ maṅgalaṃ bhavatu.
You've got it. So practice that. We'll just hear the prayer once more, and then next time we'll add the harmony parts. We'll build the prayer up. It will start very simple. So just so you can hear the lines for your Zoom recording, we've got Sarveṣāṃ svastir bhavatu. Sarveṣāṃ śāntir bhavatu. Sarveṣāṃ pūrṇaṃ bhavatu. Sarveṣāṃ maṅgalaṃ bhavatu. Sarveṣāṃ svastir bhavatu. Sarveṣāṃ śāntir bhavatu. Sarveṣāṃ pūrṇaṃ bhavatu. Sarveṣāṃ maṅgalaṃ bhavatu. And that's how it will go. So first just free time, then we bring the beat in. Remember last time we had the drummer with us, percussion, so then we bring the beat, then we build it up, then we'll add the harmonies, which we'll learn next time. So at the end of that prayer, we go in to the sung version of it. So we have Sarveṣāṃ svastir bhavatu. Sarveṣāṃ svastir bhavatu. Sarveṣāṃ śāntir bhavatu. Sarveṣāṃ half a room. This half the room, you sound the whole chant once. This half of the room, just listen. Then we'll swap. So for the first, try it out. Close the eyes for this chant. Sometimes listen, sometimes sound. We'll sound it a few times with those in person. Half the group sounding it, other half listen, and then we'll swap. So this half sound first. If you can, close the eyes. Sarveṣāṃ svastir bhavatu, sarveṣāṃ śāntir bhavatu, sarveṣāṃ pūrṇaṃ bhavatu, sarveṣāṃ maṅgalaṃ bhavatu. Other half. Sarveṣāṃ svastir bhavatu, sarveṣāṃ śāntir bhavatu, sarveṣāṃ pūrṇaṃ bhavatu, sarveṣāṃ maṅgalaṃ bhavatu. Swap. Sarveṣāṃ svastir bhavatu, sarveṣāṃ śāntir bhavatu, sarveṣāṃ pūrṇaṃ bhavatu, sarveṣāṃ maṅgalaṃ bhavatu. And just be aware of that last phrase, sarveṣāṃ maṅgalaṃ. So not maṅgalaṃ, but maṅgalaṃ bhavatu. And let's sing it all together. Sarveṣāṃ svastir bhavatu, sarveṣāṃ śāntir bhavatu, sarveṣāṃ pūrṇaṃ bhavatu, sarveṣāṃ maṅgalaṃ bhavatu. And in no time, just free time. Sarveṣāṃ So to recap what we just did, we start off with this prayer in the more traditional, if you like, format. Sarveṣāṃ svastir bhavatu, sarveṣāṃ śāntir bhavatu, sarveṣāṃ pūrṇaṃ bhavatu, sarveṣāṃ maṅgalaṃ bhavatu. We'll be sounding it like that. First free, then with a beat. Then we go into the tune. Sarveṣāṃ svastir bhavatu, sarveṣāṃ śāntir bhavatu, sarveṣāṃ pūrṇaṃ bhavatu, sarveṣāṃ maṅgalaṃ bhavatu. We'll sound it freely, then with a beat, and then freely again, and then we end with Next rehearsal, we will add the harmonies. So this becomes like a flower that blooms, and the well-being will really expand and expand to fill the room, and it will be magnificent. And for those of you who will be coming to the gathering, it's really at a time of blossom and bloom. So all of these songs have something of the delicacy of nature, but it's also indomitable strength. So the flower is so delicate, anyone can just come and pluck it up and it's gone. But its beauty is its strength, its roots are its strength. So in all of these chants, they're representing that rooted strength, but that flowering, blossoming beauty that arises from that rootedness. And there'll be a certain softness, but there'll also be some, you know, more hardcore. But there'll be that, because we're sounding, this concert or gathering is in spring, it's in the late stages of spring, May the 1st. So there is a certain twinkling in the air at that time. And it's in a beautiful soft, as the blossoms are just coming to the end, the bluebells have been out and summer's about to come, but it hasn't come yet. And it's a bit like the time of sunrise and sunset. There are certain times of the year that in nature are like a whole period of sunrise and sunset. And the sunrise of the whole year in England is in towards the end of April, May. So you'll feel that twinkling, gentle strength, hopefully, when we sound together. So any questions before we move on to the Vedic portion? Zara, anything?
I can
see a hand somewhere. Can you see a hand on Zoom, Zara? Check. Shall I unmute? Oh no, you better. Okay. Anyone here have any questions?
Sergio, are you able?
Oh, yes, I have a question, or well, maybe a couple of them. So you said at the beginning to stabilize your voice. Well, first of all, I'm Sergio and I'm from Mexico City.
Hello, Sergio from Mexico City.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. And you said just to sing for 5, 10 or 20 minutes every day, just the straight A, just like that?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And then for the gathering, if in my case I'm able to come, like, let's say 4 or 5 days before, will there be like more rehearsals or just the ones that are on the schedule sheet?
Two great questions, Sergio. So just to address your first one, which is about sounding the R, just to balance and strengthen the voice every morning. It's particularly useful to sound it as soon as you wake up. So you might have a sip of water, but not after you've had coffee, not after you've had tea, before all of that, just as soon as you've awoken. So like you could sit up in bed. I mean, obviously you might go to the bathroom and stuff, but then you just sit and sound, you find your note first, you find the note that works for you. Like, so it might be around this pitch. For some, it might be some might be So whatever your note is, make sure you choose a note, whether you have a piano on your laptop or whether you have a real piano or you have some sort of app, just make sure you choose a pitch so that it's the same pitch every day, because that's part of the discipline. It shouldn't be just all over the place. Stick to one pitch for this practice. And you do it every morning. Start with 5 minutes, that will be absolutely fine. And you can just sound either or sa. It's sometimes useful for people to sound sa, because the sa is from the Hindustani and Carnatic and Drupad vocal practices. It's somehow better to sound the sa when we begin. So you can sound sa. Yes.
Okay. And just a bit of water and nothing else?
Nothing else until you've done your singing practice.
Okay, beautiful.
Yes.
Oh,
and Sergio,
I'm very excited.
We're excited for your voice to grow stronger and stronger. And Sergio, your other question you said was about the gathering and will there be rehearsals before? So on our schedule currently, we only have that one the week before. But what I was going to do is assess how you're all doing the week before. And then if we feel we need another rehearsal, for those who can make it, for those, obviously, only for those who can make it, we'll add another rehearsal in the Saturday, which is the day before the concert, if we feel we need it. Otherwise, we meet on the concert day, which is Sunday. We'll meet in the morning and rehearse, have a warm up together on the concert day itself. But if we feel we need it, I'll chat with Zara nearer the time. We'll add one the day before.
Terrific, terrific, lovely. And just may I share just one thing?
Sure.
I had always, sometimes when I say a prayer in the rising sun, my dream was that prayer is going through every human being in life on the planet, and with this cosmic choir that you are doing is basically my dream coming through.
Yes, that's beautiful, Sergio. Thank you for having the dream, and thank you for saying your prayer every day, because often people don't realize the importance of prayer. It's very, very vital. We can help people and we can serve the world in prayer just as much as in actions. So thank you so much. And your prayers will be answered if you pray, as Sergio demonstrated, with an open heart. They will. Just keep praying. And I'm so glad we can sing your prayers, because now the more prayers come together and we can share them even wider and share these vibrations of prayer. So thank you so much for listening to your heart. Thank you, Sergio. Hope to meet you.
Yes, thank you again. Bye-bye.
Thank you. So now we'll move on to the period of our rehearsal where we do the Vedic chanting. So the Vedic chanting bit, if the Vedic chanting is at all too stressful, this is the time to leave. Because there's no need to have any stress, okay? Just if you feel, you feel up for it. So we're just going to move around a bit. So you can have 2 minutes if you need to do anything. So I'm just going to go to where the boards are. Okay. Zara, can you see if there's a pen in there? For the writing on the Vedic prayer sheet, some sort of pen. working hard to get it out. See if he'll go out. Oh, thank you. They're perfect. Oh, thank you. Say hello. Thank you.
Sit on this side.
Yes, good idea. Sit on that side. And hopefully the laptop will be okay without the
Are you right-handed?
yes, right. Maybe. Excuse me. I'm going to put it over here because if you're right-handed, then it's going to be a bit of an issue. Yeah. I'll put these. They help. Sauce. Sorry. I don't know which. That's right, yeah. How do you? I'm trying to mirror it, but it is mirrored, but then it's not doing it. Oh, that's weird. Maybe unmirror it and see if it like if you click it. There you go. That works. And then you, but then it doesn't change it. Oh, because it did it last time. See what it's like. This like doesn't change it. Oh, it's very weird. I guess we can just mirror it after, maybe. Unless we try on your computer. Or we'll bring my laptop. Yeah, bring your laptop, see if it works.
Are you speaking about the document behind you there?
Yes.
It's fine. It's the right way around for us.
Oh, so they're saying it's the right way around for them. Yeah.
Yep.
Wonderful. Thanks for letting us know. Thank you. Okay, as long as it's the right way around for you and you can see. So with the Vedic portion, remember last time we learned that bit, which was 1, 1, 2. Yes, and then this time we're going to carry on with the chants a bit further on. So last time, let's just go over, we'll just sound the chant from the beginning up to where we got to. So we had Om No Devī Saraswatī Vājebhirvājinīvatī bhūr. And then we started our new section with the code 1, 2, because 1 is the pra, 2 is the n. Then the n becomes the 1. 1, 2. So let's just check the second part of the chant. We had Pranaha No Devī Saraswatī Saraswatī Vājebhirvājinīvatī Vājebhirvājinīvatī. This is where we're going to change it slightly. So we had Vājebhirvājinīvatī, Vājinīvatī, Vājinīvatī. So we're just ever so slightly adjusting our chanting. So we go Vājebhirvājinīvatī, Vājebhirvājinīvatī. That's it. Let's go from there to there. So we had pūrṇaṃ, No Devī, Devī Saraswatī, Saraswatī Vājebhirvājinīvatī, Vājebhirvājinīvatī, Vājinīvatī, Vājinīvatī. So there's a slight pause on the Vājini. So we have Vājebhirvājinīvatī. That's it. And then we carry on. So we have dhīmahi, avityavatu, avatvityavatu. So just to check that bit, dhīmahi, avityavatu, avatvityavatu. That's it. So the code for that was 1, 2. And sometimes to help us remember, we can use our hand. So you see this little finger. You can use any finger, but I'm just using this to help me. I'm using this as number 1, this as number 2. So often the Vedic chanters, when you see them chanting in groups very, very fast, they're doing this. And to remind them of the syllables. So if we've got this code is 1, 2, so we can go, we start with the pranāḥ. Pranāḥ, No Devī, Devī Saraswatī, Saraswatī Vājebhirvājinīvatī, Vājinīvatī, Vājinīvatī. And then we go to our next bit. Dhīmahi, avityavatu, avatvityavatu. Okay. So just to clarify, the first bit of the chant is this bit. It's not just the first bit, it is the chant. The rest of the chant is us doing this method of Vedic chanting called pāṭaḥ, which is certain ways of breaking up the recitation so that the chant becomes embedded in our being. And in the process of this chanting, we first go slowly. So this one, let's chant together very slowly. Om No Devī Saraswatī, Vājebhirvājinīvatī, dhīmahi. Second part of the chant, we chant a bit faster. Pranāḥ, No Devī, Devī Saraswatī, Saraswatī Vājebhirvājinīvatī, Vājebhirvājinīvatī, Vājinīvatī, Vājinīvatī. Dhīmahi, avityavatu, avatvityavatu. Then our third part of the chant, which is this whole section, will be even faster. And the code for this is, so the code for this last bit is 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2. 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2. So if I was showing on my fingers, it would be 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2. 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2. Let's see how this code works. But before we see how the code works, we're just going to put in our markings. So we'll put in our markings on the chant. So we've got, we're going to start, I'm just checking where it starts. Okay, so this is where it starts on this sheet here. and it carries on all the way there. So this is the section we're talking about. And our markings, so for those of you, if you have your sheet, put the markings on. So we're going prano, na. And remember, we learned these markings last time, what they mean. Once we've got them, you'll be able to follow on your sheet. Prano, na, pranaha, prano, na, pranaha. And then we've got No Devī, Devī, No No Devī, Devī Saraswatī, Saraswatī, Devī, Devī Saraswatī. Then we have Saraswatī Vājebhirvājinīvatī Saraswatī, Saraswatī Vājebhirvājinīvatī. Okay, I know this might be a bit tricky, but once you see on Zoom, if you're wanting, you can copy these markings down. Then we've got Vājebhirvājinīvatī, 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 Vājinīvatī. And then we have Vājinīvatī, Vājinīvatī. Then dhīmahi, this last bit, bhavatu, and last bit, bhavatu. Okay, it's a mammoth one. So then, but once you get it, it will all make sense. So now we'll sound it very slowly, seeing if we can do the ups and downs and remember the 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2. So just to clarify, the first phrase is pranaha, the first phrase of the whole chant. There is prano, and it becomes pranaha. Okay, so pranaha. So that's 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2. So we've got prano, na, pranaha. Just check again. Prano, na, pranaha. 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2. Prano, na, pranaha. Just check again. 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2. 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2. It's much easier in the end if you use your fingers. It will help in the end, even though it might seem hard. So we've got prano, na, pranaha. Try that first phrase. Prano, na, pranaha. Prano, na, pranaha. Now we'll try the second phrase here, starting here. Easiest phrase of all, and the beautiful one. No Devī, Devī, No No Devī, No is number 1, Devi is number 2. So no Devi, Devi, no No Devī. I promise once you just give time to this, it will all come together. It's not necessarily easy to get first hearing. We're not expecting you to get it first hearing, but you have to just devote time to study it. So we've got No Devī, Devī, no No Devī. Once more. No Devī, Devī, no No Devī. And that's the second phrase. Third phrase we go to. Beginning now, Saraswati becomes number 1. Third, oh no, sorry. This third phrase, no Devī, Devī, no No Devī. This third phrase, Devi becomes number 1. Sorry. Devi becomes number 1. So we've got Devī Saraswatī, Saraswatī, Devī, Devī Saraswatī. Let's do this phrase once more, starting with Devi, number 1. Devī Saraswatī, Saraswatī, Devī, Devī Saraswatī. Then we go to the fourth phrase, which starts with Saraswati. So Devi Saraswati, Saraswati, Devi, Devi Saraswati. Fourth phrase. So we've got Saraswatī Vājebhirvājinīvatī Saraswatī, Saraswatī Vājebhihi. Again. Saraswatī Vājebhirvājinīvatī Saraswatī, Saraswatī Vājebhihi. That's it. Fifth phrase starts with Vājebhihi. So we've got Saraswatī Vājebhirvājinīvatī Saraswatī, Saraswatī Vājebhihi. Fifth phrase starts with Vājebhir. So we've got Vājebhir number 1, Vājinīvatī number 2. Vājebhirvājinīvatī, Vājinīvatī, Vājebhirvājinīvatī. That's it. Sixth phrase starts with, it's actually sixth phrase, it hasn't come yet. This is just a closing off of that part of the chant. We've got Vājinīvatī, Vājinīvatī. So we'll just check where that is. Just going to check. Saraswatī Vājebhirvājinīvatī Saraswatī, Saraswatī Vājebhirvājinīvatī, Vājinīvatī, Vājebhirvājinīvatī. Then here we've got this closing off of the chant. Vājinīvatī, 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 Vājinīvatī. That's it. Then we go on to our next phrase. Dhīnaṃ becomes number 1. Avitri becomes number 2. So we've got Dhīnaṃ avitri, Dhīnaṃ, Dhīnaṃ avitri. And then nearly at the last phrase, here we get to the hardest phrase of all. So we've got the first word becomes avitri, and the second word becomes avatu. But when you join them together, we've got avitryavattvavitryavitryavatu. Nothing for it but to spend time figuring out the words and how they join together. But they go avitryavattvavitryavitryavatu. So we're still doing 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2. 1 is avitri, 2 is avatu. So avitryavattvavitryavitryavatu. Then our final one of all, closing it off, is just the closing word, avattvavitryavatu. And think yourself lucky we haven't included the hardest part of the chant in this learning process. We've only done the 2 easy stages. The hardest part comes after, where you go triple speed. We're only going to double speed. So bear in mind, this is easy. Just bear that in mind, and bear in mind, just so you can train your minds to do this. This should be easy for the mind to grasp. One, I might not be teaching it very well, but two, your minds might not be ready to pay attention. It could be both of us. Do you see? So you just have to check what it is. Why? But this should be very easy, because you've just got one very simple chant, which is here. Om No Devī Saraswatī Vājebhirvājinīvatī dhīmahi. That's the simple chant. Then we're breaking that chant up into 1, 2, and 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2. So for the purposes of the Zoom recording to finish with, if you let me sound the whole thing, then you have it to practice, okay? And now try and do the fingers so you've got them as well. So you've got the whole chant from the beginning. Om No Devī Saraswatī Vājebhirvājinīvatī dhīmahi. Pranaha No Devī Saraswatī Vājebhirvājinīvatī Vājinīvatī dhīmahi avatvityavatu. Pranonah pranaha No Devī No No Devī Saraswatī Devī Saraswatī Vājebhirvājinīvatī Saraswatī Vājebhirvājinīvatī avatvityavatu. Om. So can you imagine the power if a whole group of people are managing to do that with all their attention on the first chant, then the 1, 2, then the 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2. The attention in the room is so profound. That's already amazing. Then you double that with the vibrations of the language and many people sounding it exactly in unison, exactly at the same time, even putting their finger on their little finger at exactly the same time. It brings so much focus of energy that if you experience that in a group, that is fundamentally has the power to change things on some levels that we might not have realized before, but we want to experience it. So in theory, we're hoping to chant that together. In theory, it's a journey for all of us, and it will be amazing to chant it in England all together like this. So thank you for your patience and good luck with the practice. It's just practicing that. Practice it slowly. And if you don't know this bit by heart, there's no point trying the rest of it. There's just no point, because you don't struggle. Just if you feel this is enough, let it be enough for this series, this batch of Cosmic Choir, and don't worry about the rest. But if you feel this is so well known, then try the next bit by heart, the 1, 2, just the Pranaha No Devī, just try that bit by heart. Only once you've got this and you can do those 1, 2s, only then slowly try and work your way to the 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, too, and just break it up. So for instance, when we get to here, we know that the two words are avitri and avatu. So if you know they're the two words, then you can go avitri, avatu, avatu, avitri, avitri, avatu. But Sanskrit joins it together, so it becomes avitri, 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 no, sorry, avitri, avatu, avatu, avitri, avatu. You can get it, so because you've got avitri, avatu, avitri, avatu, avatu, avitri, avitri, avatu. You try and do like a beatbox battle and try and do it better, because you should be able to do that very fast. It doesn't matter whether you think you're stupid. It really doesn't matter what you think about yourself. It's just human to be able to do that fast, because it's nothing but syllables and using your tongue and trying to get, just working at it. But for me, obviously, I find it hard if my mind's anywhere else to do it. It's almost impossible. But break it down slowly, especially that last one. And then it will become easier. So good luck, and we'll see you next time. But Zara will just have a few announcements after we close, just about a few bits and bobs, and when we're next meeting, etc. So thank you, especially for those with the patience to carry on through the Vedic portion. And we'll close eyes and sound our dedication together to close. Just before we do, thank you to those in person, because it's very special for the in-person people to be here holding the space for us all. For us all. So thank you. Om. Paramatmane namaha. Iti. Thank you. So I'll hand you over to Zara for a few announcements, and we'll see you next time.
Hello. So after this is for Zoom and in person, but so after this rehearsal, I'm going to send you an email that basically has all the info you need to know about the concert. And it's got a little questionnaire attached to it saying, can you come? Do you want food? Like there's like a meal that you can get with it, which is £13. We're looking into accommodation, so anyone that's traveling from far away, we're looking into hopefully getting some accommodation. I don't know, would it be 2 nights or just one? Just one, yeah. I think we have, I looked into it, it has to go through us, yeah. And then also if anyone is driving and they have a space that they can give someone a lift, just general stuff like that. So as soon as you can fill out the questionnaire, that would be really amazing. Also for the playlist that these rehearsals are going up, it's changing the link. So the reason is because someone had to be refunded. So we don't want anyone being refunded to have access to the playlist anymore. So we're creating a new link. So after this rehearsal, I'm going to send you the email with the new link. So don't use the old one because it's going to be deleted. Next rehearsal is March the 13th. The Zoom link's remaining the same though, isn't it? Just the rehearsal link's different. Is that everything? Yeah, I think that's everything. So just basically, all you need to do is look out for your emails. Then you'll find everything there. And if you don't receive emails, look in your junk first, and then if not, then just email us and tell us that you're not. That's it. Oh yeah. Yeah, Felix, we've got a new guy called Felix. So if you get a reply from Felix, he's not hacked in, he's an official guy. So yeah, thank you. I'll leave the, shall I turn it off? Oh, yeah. What, to the concert? Yeah. So, sorry. What? Oh, tickets. I thought you said travel-wise. Yeah. So if you're performing, you don't need to buy a ticket. But if you're, what about if you're a cosmic choir and you're in the audience? What about that? Okay. It's limited to 100, the audience. So if you want to try and get your friends and family in there as soon as possible, then let them know. There'll be link shares and everything that you can copy and paste from the email. Yeah. Bye.
Bye bye.
Yeah.